The world of Bluey has bizarre theories you need to know about, and some of them might blow your mind. Are you ready to discover the darkest theories about the Healer family and their friends? Thieves. There is a super crazy theory that says Bandit and Chili are international thieves. The reason for this is because they are rich. We know they have money because Bluey is set in the city of Brisbane, Australia, but the Healer family's house is located in a neighborhood called Paddington, which is famous for having homes that cost more than $1 million. The theory says that Bandit is an archaeologist who finds valuable items buried underground, while Chili helps sell artwork and dinosaur bones because she works in airport security, meaning they are the perfect duo. Wow, this theory is really bizarre because it turns the Healer couple into criminals and probably even a duo wanted by the police. Do you think this theory could be true? If you're ready, we're gonna show you even more super bizarre ideas that exist on the internet about the world of Bluey. So grab your popcorn and get comfy on the couch. Another Cinewave is starting. Brother. What if we told you that Rusty is Bluey's older brother? Calm down, we know this probably shocked you, but it's a theory that's easy to explain. Newer Bluey fans don't know two details about this show. The first is that before the series made it to television, the creators had the idea of making a show where the main character would be a little boy dog, and that character was Rusty. Just look at Bluey and you'll see that she looks very similar to her red Kelpie friend. They look like twins in different colors. But the creator of the story, Joe Brum, changed his mind and decided to make the show about Bluey. This is where the theory begins. The second detail that newer fans don't know is that Chili lost a child before having Bluey. This is official information. The theory says that these two details together make Rusty Bluey's brother, but not in the way you're thinking. What the theory means is that since the original idea for the series didn't work out, the creators decided to reuse the character who would have been Bluey's brother, but place him in another family, in this case, the Red Kelpies. In other words, Rusty has all the personality that Bluey's brother would have had if he had been born, and that actually makes a lot of sense, right? What do you think? Jean-Luc. Now get ready for a theory that will blow your mind. Jean-Luc died. This theory says that the Canadian Labrador was already dead in the episode Camping, and that Bluey was talking to a ghost. The theory says that a long time ago, Jean-Luc traveled on vacation with his family to that park in Australia, but that he suffered an accident after falling from a tree. Yes, the same tree he planted with Bluey. The theory also says it doesn't make sense that Jean-Luc is such a beloved puppy among fans and still hasn't appeared in another episode. And it also doesn't make sense that he doesn't know how to speak English since he lives in Canada. For those who don't know, that country speaks two languages, French, which is Jean-Luc's language, and English. Because of this, many fans believe that the poor puppy lost his life before learning to speak the second language. The theory says that Bluey needed to meet an angel who would help her with problems she might face in the future, a friend. In other words, Jean-Luc would be her guardian angel. We think this is one of the most bizarre theories of all. What do you think about it? The fairy. The fairy that Bingo saw is actually Mrs. Cattle. Wow, this is a really bizarre theory. Do you remember the episode Fairies, when Bingo got sad because Dad had yelled at her? At the end of the story, we discover that Bingo managed to see a fairy who created a heart shape in the middle of the playroom. The first thing fans imagined was that the show was confirming the existence of fairies, but then a major theory was created by fans. There is a character who could be a ghost and who would definitely help Bingo on that very sad day. Her grandmother, Chili's mother, who unfortunately died after an illness. This character could be a kind of guardian angel who protects her granddaughters from all dangers. Could Chili's mother be a protective spirit? Hopefully this will be answered in the next season. And you, would you like to meet a fairy? Comment the hashtag Bluey so we can get to know you. Channel. You know that Muffin, Bluey, and Bingo's cousin has a YouTube channel where she does unboxings of famous toys. She's so good at what she does that even toy stores send her gifts. We can see this in the mini episode Unboxing. Because Muffin is a famous YouTuber, she might make a lot of money from her videos on the internet, and the theory says that Stripe and Trixie live off the money their daughter makes. Maybe this is the reason behind the couple's arguments, because they argue quite a lot. Some fans have already noticed that Muffin's parents get into many fights because of the little dog. If this is true, then Stripe and Trixie don't work, since Muffin is the one supporting the household. Could this be true? Let's find out in the next season. Ex-friend. Have you ever wondered who Bandit had to duel in order to be with Chili? Don't know what we're talking about? about? We'll explain. Do you remember Buck Dustin? In the episode Dragon, Bandit says that when he was younger, he had a friend, but the two stopped talking because Mr. Healer's friend made better drawings than he did. It seems that the two like to compete to see who made the best painting, but this raises a question, doesn't it? In the episode The Show, Chili says that Bandit had to win a contest to get the attention of his future wife, and that's why we start wondering who his opponent was. Maybe Bandit and Dustin were at a party, and there the two fell in love with the same girl, Chili, but Mr. Healer was the one who caught more attention, and because of that, married Chili. If this theory is true, then maybe Bandit and his ex-friend went a long time without speaking, but in the end, they reunited, since Dustin was the one who tried to help Bandit sell the house in season 3. Do you believe this theory? Illness. What if Bingo is sick? This is one of the strongest and most bizarre theories about the world of Bluey. In the episode with the play featuring the little dog Bumpy, Bingo is hospitalized with a very serious problem. The doctor is checking Bingo's breathing, and she says that the little red healer is breathing well, but that she should stay in the hospital for one more night of observation. This makes us think that Bingo might have some serious illness, but the series still hasn't answered whether this theory is right or not. What do you think? The wrong sister. In the episode Fairy Tale, Bandit says that it was during his beach vacation that he met Chili's mother, but Chili didn't remember that. In fact, Mrs. Healer says that it's possible it happened because the Cattle family used to vacation in that place, but she makes it very clear that she doesn't remember any of that happening. This means that a very bizarre theory might be true. The one that says that, in reality, Bandit met Chili's older sister and not his future wife. If this is true, then it makes perfect sense that Chili doesn't remember meeting her husband many years before they met again in London. Could this be true? The subscribe button is right there, waiting for you. How about clicking and keeping up with everything we post? Horror. Did Bluey watch a horror movie? In the episode Double Babysitter, our protagonist says that she doesn't like it when people other than her parents put her to bed. Later on, Bandit's brother discovers the reason. He asks Bluey if Grandma Chris had the TV on when she put Bluey to bed, and the protagonist says yes. Bluey herself says that the movie Grandma Chris was watching on TV was very scary, which means it was probably a very intense horror movie. Did Bluey have nightmares she never forgot? This is something the series still hasn't answered, but what do you think? Powers. In the episode Wild Girls and in the story Space, Bluey's class teacher Mrs. Calypso appears at very important moments when it's time to help her students with their traumas and sadness. It's almost as if Calypso has special powers for good, and this makes total sense because Bluey is heavily inspired by Peppa Pig, and in that show, the class teacher, Madame Gazelle, also has powers. She is often accused of being a vampire. In Mackenzie's case, there would be no way for Calypso to know about his memory from when the poor pup was just a puppy. Could this be true, and does the teacher have the ability to read minds? Hopefully yes, because that would be really cool. Vegan. Do you know Indy, Bluey's friend who goes to school with her and who will definitely be Rusty's future wife? She plays a very important role in the episode Markets, when the protagonist is thinking about how to spend her first $5. Unfortunately, Indy can't eat anything at the party because in her house, she's not allowed to eat sugar, wheat flour, butter, ketchup, and many other things. Indy has a diet full of rules, and thanks to the episode where Bandit farted in Bluey's face, we discover that the protagonist's friend's family is vegan, meaning she doesn't eat anything that comes from animals. There is a bizarre theory saying that Indy doesn't like being vegan at all, and that her dream is to leave home so she can eat the things her mother forbids. If you pay attention, you'll notice that Indy looks sad because she can't eat the sweets and meats at the town fair, but at no point does she say she doesn't like it. She says her mom won't let her. In other words, Indy doesn't eat because she doesn't want to. Will Bluey's friend abandon the diet? This theory is bizarre because her mother might be very upset about it. But what do you think? Winton. Do you know Winton? Of course you do. He's a bulldog who goes to school with Bluey, and there's a bizarre theory about him. Winton is Cornelius's son, but according to the episode Helicopter, he lives with his mother, which isn't quite true. If you didn't understand, we'll explain. Winton's parents are separated, but if the little dog lives with his mother, why has she never appeared? The theory says that Winton's mother is actually no longer alive, but unfortunately, Winton either doesn't know that, or he's too sad to reveal this truth to his friends. At the end of season 3, we see the little dog go live with his father and the Terrier's mother, meaning his mother is not part of the story, but the reason behind this has still not been revealed. What do you think happened? Terrier. Speaking of the Terrier's mother, the father of the triplets is a character surrounded by bizarre theories. The strongest one talks about that homeless man who appears in the the episode Silent Game. He is the only character of that species who looks very similar to Bluey's friends. The theory says that after the mother of the triplets separated from her first husband, the father of the family lost everything and ended up living on the streets. Some even say he's addicted to gambling, and that's why he lost all his money and even his house. Wow, that's really bizarre. Could it be true? Let's find out everything in the next season. The fun doesn't stop here. There are 2 amazing videos waiting for you on the screen. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.